G'day everybody, it's Kim here from Kyms Homestead, coming to you from the kitchen. Today I'm just going to be doing a normal chicken roast, which I'm pretty sure most of you know how to do, but what I'm going to do is see how many meals I can get out of one size 9 roast chicken. So let's get started. So I've got this chicken out of the freezer and I've thawed it all out. I'll just pop this away. Right, it's just your standard normal size 9 chicken, and let's see, how do we do that again? I used to know how to tuck the wings up, but I think I've forgotten how. Yep. Like that somehow. That's got it. So what I've got is just a small cast iron baking dish and a trivet to keep it up out of the way. So there's the chicken. Now I'm going to actually stuff it with some onions. Now I'm not going to throw away these scraps, and you'll see why later on. Okay, there is one onion. Got to shove him right down deep, because unless you've got pretty small onions, these are small enough, but not real small. And they're a bit potent. Right. And here's number 2. Let's see if we can get him in there. There we go. Now, to stop it slipping out, I've got one of these skewers. You know, you have kebabs with. And I'm just going to basically sew this closed with the skewer. And through the tail, and there we go. Right. Now my oven is preheating. I have a fan forced oven and it's preheating on 180. So, now for some seasonings. So I've got a bit of butter here, which I'm just going to poke in up past the gullet, just under the skin. Helps if the butter's a bit harder than mine. It's been out for a while. Don't have to put a great deal up there, just a little dollop. And quite often you can get some in the back end there too. I don't think I'll get any this time. Now, what I also have for lunch today, I made myself one of those spring onion soup mixes. So, I'm just going to, actually, I'm going to put it in with the onion. So let's pull that out. We'll put a dollop of butter in there. There we go, and the seasoning. Noodles and all. That'll give it some nice flavour right throughout. Right, now we'll see if we can get that onion back in there. And see if we can close him up again. There we go. Now, I also have some of that liquid. So I'm just going to pour just a little bit over the chook so the spices will have something to stick to. It doesn't matter if you've got it in the tray, because all those steam spices and flavourings will come up through the chook as it's being cooked. Right, now a little bit of salt over the top. A little bit of pepper. And what I have here is a little bit of smoked paprika. Now, I'll just pour one of these jugfuls of water in here and then it's ready for the oven. Now you want to bring the water up so it's just underneath the trivet, not covering it. Right, now this goes into the oven and it will cook for approximately 2.5 hours. So I'll see you when I'm ready for the next round, because what I'll be putting in is some roast potatoes and some roast carrots. So let's have a look then. And there we go, meal number 1, roast chicken for tea. Okay, it is meal number 2 of this chicken. So, I have decided on honey, sesame and garlic with some white rice. Actually, it's jasmine rice. So, what I will do is I'll cut up some of this chicken, mainly the breast, with a little bit of onion here, so that will go in nicely as well. So the chicken and the onion and everything's already cooked, so it really only has to heat up in the sauce. And there's a little bit of potato there from last night, so that can go in as well.
Nourishing body lotion intensively moisturizes for 48 hours from first use. A fast absorbing formula with alcohol, moisture locking lipids, and deep moisture serum to keep your skin from drying out. If you're on regular medication for chronic conditions like high blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, get your prescriptions at Kyms Warehouse and save more money every year.
Some bit of chicken.
Online to see how much you'll save. Kyms Warehouse, discounting prescriptions every day. Welcome back to the Supreme Court and our special coverage of the Greg Lynn verdicts which were handed down earlier today. 12 jurors finding the former Jetstar pilot guilty of the murder of Carol Clay, but not guilty of the murder of Russell Hill. Greg Lynn now potentially faces the rest of his life behind bars. The Hill and Clay families
I'll just take these wings off. They will be another meal. And let's see what we can do with the breast of this chicken. Let's see if I can unpeel it. Yep, there we go.
Do you think there will be an appeal? We've been told that it's almost certainly likely. I'd be amazed if there wasn't. I mean, the first thing to note that the prosecution can't appeal the not guilty verdict. They can only appeal the sentence if they think it's too light. So there can't be an appeal on the not guilty. There can, of course, from an appeal on the guilty verdict, and I think you almost certainly will. Why wouldn't he? After 7 days of deliberations, you would, and not much forensic evidence that would suggest he was guilty. Why wouldn't he take a chance for nothing orders? It's not forensic evidence. Unusual these days, isn't it, that Greg Lee admitted to destroying what evidence there was? Yeah, absolutely. Our lawmakers should have some thought about perhaps changing the law for these very, very unusual circumstances. Because what you have is a situation where Greg Lee was taking advantage of the onus of proof being on the prosecution, so he was effectively turning up to the Supreme Court here and saying to the prosecutor, you have to prove that I'm guilty using evidence. Oh, by the way, I've destroyed that evidence. So he got the benefit of destroying evidence and the onus of proof being on the prosecution. That just doesn't seem right. I think that's plenty. That will go back in the fridge for tomorrow night's meal. Now here I just have a Canton honey, sesame and garlic sauce. I won't be using all of this. So I may even have it another night. So probably about half of this. There we go. We'll see how we go with that. So that will go on the stove and heat up. In the meantime, I have some lovely jasmine rice. I only need probably about half a cup of rice. Right, now I will wash the rice, put some water in, salt it, cook it up, and the chicken and sauce will go over the rice. So I'll bring you back when it's time to plate up. Okay, we're all done. And some chicken on top. Cold streams low of 5 degrees. Well, that was 7 higher than yesterday. And this afternoon, most suburbs reached 15 or 16.
and plenty left over for tomorrow. And there we go. Meal number 2 with leftovers. And there we go. Whoop, there we go. Chicken meal number 3. Carrots, celery, cucumber, chicken, and a little Thousand Island dip. Lovely. And there we go, meal number 4. Okay, here we go with meal number 5 with a size 9 chicken. And tonight we're just going to have some chicken soup, chicken and vegetables. Now I've got a few old vegetables in the fridge that need to be used up. And we're going to be making our stock from the bones. And I've got about half a cupful of sliced chicken left in a container. So it's raining outside at the moment and cold, so it'll be a nice meal for tonight and possibly tomorrow night, or maybe for lunch tomorrow. We'll see, depending on how thick I make it. Now save those, they go into the stock. Nice chunky pieces of carrot. There we go, celery all chopped up nice and chunky. Who else likes their vegetables chunky in their soups? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Do you like it chunky or do you like it fine? Right, now I've got to go and get an onion, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I grabbed an onion. No, this isn't one I grew, unfortunately. I'm not that good at growing onions, but I am trying. We'll see if we can grow one this year, hey? Starting to go, see? But it's still usable. So I just pop that centre bit out. It's just starting to reshoot, that's all. Don't throw it away. Now I'll take off this outside ring. And same with this one. Take that bit out. There you go. And the outside ring. There we go. And we'll chop this up, ready to go into the soup. Just push that out of the way. Once again, nice and chunky. Right, I grabbed some of last year's garlic, so I might chuck some of this in as well before it starts shooting again, eh? Okay, don't throw the peels away, they're going into the stock. Can't get the peel off, just give it a smash. It'll peel straight off after that. Losing more than I'm peeling here. And there we go. Now these I'm just going to give them a quick little chop, nothing too flash. Come here, you. Right, that will go in with the onion. That's enough for the soup. Now these ones here, I'm just going to cut them in half. And there they will be for the stock. Just like that. Okay, so here are some of the veggies for tonight. I can't think of what else, but if I think of something else, I'll let you know. So this I'll put in the fridge, and this will be going into the pot for tonight. In the meantime, it's time to start our stock. Right, so I've got a nice big stock pot here. And we'll just put in some water. Now this is 2 litres of water. And I think I'll put another 2 in. Right. So here's our bones from our chicken and the skin. So that all goes in there. Now in my freezer I keep a bag full of chicken bones. So these will go in as well. And here's all the vegetable scraps I've been saving from our meals, including today. Now, also add some salt. I'll try not to dunk you in the water. You don't want to become part of the soup. Would not be very tasty. There we go. Put it on. Put the lid on. Now, I will bring that up to the boil and just let it simmer for the afternoon. I'll bring you back at the next step. Okay, so the stock has been cooking for probably about 3 hours now. So it's now time to start separating the solids from the liquid. Now I've got this here and I've got a bowl with a strainer. So we'll just start pulling everything out. I wish you had smell-o-vision. It's absolutely beautiful. What's up, mister? You can't have it. Not for pussycats. Right, I think I've got out all I'll get out with that. Now, I'll just find a smaller strainer. All my straining cloths are still packed. So we'll get rid of the bulk of this. That can finish draining over here. That I'll throw into the compost later on. So right, this is what I plan on making my soup in. So let's just have a little taste of the broth first. See what it needs. More salt, yep. Okay, so I'll turn the stove back on. To the stock pot, I'm going to add a little bit of butter. And we'll just fry up these vegetables. And the chicken. just until the onions get that translucent look about them. Won't take them very long at all. Okay, that's how they're looking so far. Now it's time to add some of your stock. Here we go. Just add all that in there. Now, I have some of this soup mix. It's bean soup mix, which I'm going to add probably 2 cupfuls in there. That will actually swell up quite a lot. Now I've also added another 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and I'll put a little bit of pepper in there as well. Probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'll bring you over and show you what it's looking like. Doesn't that look yum? Okay, so I'll now turn this down to simmer. Put the lid on. I'll just cock it a little bit so it doesn't boil over, because it will stay quite hot in the cast iron. And we'll just let that boil until it's tea time in probably about 1.5 hours.
Cavalcade targeting hotspots for serious crime across the western suburbs. It resulted in almost 70 arrests. As for the accused thieves, a 17-year-old boy was arrested, then bailed, found sleeping in an alleged stolen car. 2 other teens were arrested and I'm angry because he should not have been let out. He's a criminal, 9 years.
Okay, here we go, all finished.
Being treated for minor injuries and concussion. It comes 5 days after the Royal was kicked by a horse while out walking. Her husband has thanked the Southmead Hospital team for their
Here we go.
expertise and kindness. One person is dead and the
A little bit like a stew, isn't it? It's thick, it's chunky, it's beautifully beautifully warming. Lovely. So, I'll put some in a bowl.
is already available to patients, but is also used to treat aggressive breast cancer diagnosed in younger women. Joe Hall with more.
Although it might not seem like it, Wendy Nicol is one of the lucky ones.
I found out in 2011 that I carried the BRCA2 gene.
A breast cancer diagnosis in her early 40s and in remission for a decade, the cancer cruelly returned to access the drug. The pain
Well, there's no way you can get that sort of goodness in a supermarket.
Afford to pay for the medication.
And how does it taste?
at $6,000 a month, it will now cost $31.60 or $7.70 with a concession.
The last thing you need is to worry about the cost of your treatment.
Clinicians like Wendy's welcome the increased availability of Lynparza to patients with faulty DNA repair genes or BRCA2.
These are tough cancers, young women, quite aggressive, and so adding this extra treatment is a really important step.
Lynparza is an inhibitor.
I'm having more than one bowl of this. It's absolutely beautiful.
And to make more cancer cells.
It targets that mutation
So,
and it turns the mutation against
that's the last of our what can you do with a size 9 chicken. There's a lot you can do. I've given you 5 ideas. I hope you enjoy them and I hope you cook them up. This soup will probably last me for lunch tomorrow and maybe for tea. So I'm actually going to get more than 5 meals out of it, but definitely 5 separate meals. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this segment on what to do with a size 9 chicken, and if you did, give me a big thumbs up, and if you're just tuning in, think about subscribing, and I will be back to see you again very shortly. Bye for now.